a lot of fun. It was good times, a lot of physical training, a lot of mental training. Everything was new, you know, just being in the trucks, putting on the air packs, going through the fire simulations and such. It was a lot of fun.
I was actually staying at a fire station in Kilgore's where I stayed instead of staying in the dorms. 8 to 5 Monday through Friday for 3 months.
It really helped prepare me for this line of work. Did a lot of running, a lot of cardio. Helped me discipline myself a lot.
When I was a rookie, I was the first one they hired in 2.5 years, so the guys was waiting on me.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, they when you get here, they pretty much tell you, you know, what they're gonna expect of you, and as long as you do what's expected of you, they're not really too hard on you. But if you start slacking a little bit, they let you know.
The rookie is you got to prove yourself.
We have one firefighter here that's got a saying about rookies, and that's they're lower than worm dirt.
Of course, the rookie, the low man on the totem pole, always gets all the dirty details. So you serve your time.
You know, rookies have no rights here. They have to earn their right to be here, and that's part of where that brotherhood thing comes into play. A rookie has to show that he is capable of being a firefighter. And during that 6 months trial basis that we actually put him through a probationary period, that rookie has to show that he is actually wanting to be here and earn that right to hang his gear in that bay. For that 6 month time period that he's a probationary member, he has to wear a yellow helmet. That way we know who they are. And there's no doubt whenever they get on the scene that whenever they mess up, then we know it was a rookie that screwed up. If you got a black helmet and everybody's looking around for that black helmet and that made that mistake, after a while you kind of mingle in with the other black helmets, so they kind of lose track of where you're at. But the rookies shine because of how we mark them, if you will, while they're on scene, just so we can watch them. It's not a punishment phase, if you will. It's a discipline phase where you have to make sure that those individuals, as they come in new to the fire department, can meet the standards that we have, because we're asking them to put their lives on the line.
We can't pull practical jokes on people. You know, you're going to find out what somebody's greatest strength is, and you want to use that to help them excel and to help others excel. But you're also going to find out what their biggest weakness is.
Well, because we spend so much time together, I mean, with the 24-hour shifts, people at a normal job or whatever can hide stuff from people if they're getting a divorce or if they're having money trouble or if they're, but when you're together 24 hours with somebody, you pretty well learn what's going on in their life. You can't really hide anything from each other, and you use other people's, the guys you work with, you use their experiences to help you draw on your troubles and stuff. You can talk to them if you know somebody's been through a divorce, and you can go to them and talk to them about it, about your problems or your feelings or that kind of stuff.
It's something that's a tradition back from when the fire service began in this country, and it started out with volunteer fire departments, but it's not any different with paid or volunteer or a combination departments. Firefighters understand all of the things that we have to go through, the good things we see, the bad things we see, and I think it's just something that's incorporated into firefighters. And I meet firefighters from all over the country, and I respond with firefighters all over the country on transportation emergencies. And when you show up and they realize you're a firefighter and understand that you know what you're doing and know what you're talking about, you're welcomed into their home.
It's no different than your own family. It's a strong family from the aspect of you look out for each other. If one of the brothers, if you will, begins to falter, the other brothers pick them up. The drawback to today's society is this: we have so much busy work going on that the brotherhood's not near as strong as what it once was. But our fight and commitment to keeping that bond together is still there, and our goal is to make that brotherhood strong and continue it on. It is a tradition in the fire service as far as a strong brotherhood, and that tradition has been carried on for many, many years. It's not unusual for you to see a fellow firefighter needing assistance at his house with a roof repair or water leak or something of that nature, and you have 5 or 6 other guys show up to lend a helping hand for that firefighter.
It's just like your family. I mean, you're here every third day. You're here with the same guys, and you get to know every little detail about everybody you work with. So you can't hide anything. So in that aspect, it's just like being with your family at home. So.
Is this like your second family?
Yes, it is.
And at this station that I work at is like family to me. We watch after each other. We'll do anything for one another that we need to. If somebody's got some hard times or needs help with something, we help each other out, and that extends even to the entire shift that we have. Everybody on our shift, we have a little bit of camaraderie where it's a little bit of a we argue and pull tricks on each other in between stations, but it's all in fun, and we'd always, help each other out. And that extends even further to our department. Even department-wide, all 3 of our shifts are that way. We'll take care of each other. And the guys on other shifts, if somebody's real sick and has to have time off, we'll help and work for them and cover their shifts so that they don't lose any money or, anything like that.
The fire service, working here for the local fire department, it means a lot. I take a lot of pride in the fact that we're here for the citizens of Lufkin, that no matter what kind of situation somebody will get themselves into, that they can call 911 and we're there to help them out, and they expect us to help them.
Well, it's a group of guys and women. It's a group of people that really stick close together.
Fire service in all is a strong brotherhood, and it, as far as its meaning to me as a whole, is the camaraderie and the bond that you make with all the firefighters as a family. It's a strong family bond.
Well, when I was a kid, the job always interested me, but I really didn't know that much about it, and no one I knew was a fireman. And the little town I come from was only volunteers, and the job always interested me, and I thought it would be something that was exciting, and I like the time off and the fact you retire before you're 65, and I don't know, more rewarding job than what I was doing as a foundry worker.
Did it look like a lot of fun?
Yes, yeah. And like I say, I didn't have any experience with it, but it was just what I seen on TV. And well, matter of fact, after I took the civil service test and scored high enough, I went and rented the movie Backdraft to give me an idea. And of course, it's nothing like that. But
When I was little, I liked the idea of being a fireman. Of course, a lot of kids do, but I guess probably once I got out of college and really got to trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I graduated with a management degree in business, and I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something where I could be outside and have a lot of time off, where I could spend time with my family and stuff. And this is a good fit for me. Had some friends that were firemen, and they kind of finished up talking me into it. So
I don't know. It just always fascinated me when I was younger. You know, being able to, I guess probably the lights and sirens were the thing as a little kid that made me interested. But it's just it's a different profession. You know, it's not an office job where you're stuck somewhere. You're actually out driving, seeing people, and doing something. You know, where you can see the effects of what you've done.
I love interacting with different people. I like talking to people and helping them, and I never could see myself working as a 9-to-5, sitting in an office person. I like being active, and this really gives me a chance to be active and help and talk to people and stuff.
My ultimate goal to become a firefighter was actually help the community. That was something that I had a desire to do. A lot of free time on my hand. I was a milk truck driver at the time, and it seemed like a good opportunity for me to fulfill my time that I had that I wasn't doing anything else. I had no significant hobbies, and I saw the ad in the paper, and it looked like an opportunity for me to make an effort within the community.
The main reason I joined the fire department was the exciting part about it, to protect lives and protect property, but mainly to protect lives and to be a servant to the people.
my thing, my number one fear on a burning building is it's safe for us to go into, and is there a way out? Is there some kind of setup? Are we gonna get, or you know, are we gonna get blowed up when we go through the, you know, is there gasoline in there? Is there some kind of hazard material? Is there, you know, that's my fears is for the guys with me.
Every time you have fears. If you don't need to be in this business. The thing about walking into a burning building is the constant changes of that structure are always there. You never know what you're going to encounter. There's no such thing as one routine house fire after another.
It scares me more now, like I was saying, like, you know, like being on the pump and watching them go in a house fire scares me more than when I'm actually going in a house fire. A lot more. That was the most scariest moment I can remember, was watching them go in.
when I first started, I'd say I had a fear because I didn't know what to expect. I mean, you've gone through academy and you've seen fire, but it's not the same. It's controlled in the academy, and when you get there on your first fire, you're kind of not sure what to expect, and you're just kind of following the people that have been here a while around and trying to get the feel of what they want you to do. But I wouldn't say, like, now I'm pretty familiar with everybody I work with, and so I kind of know what to expect, and you get comfortable with the people you work with, so it's not as scary.
Oh, there's a lot of fears that I get. Of course, I'm always concerned about if there's somebody in there, being able to get them out. Of course, I'm concerned about my fellow firemen, everybody else that's going in with me. Are we all going to be able to get in, get the job done, and get out? And then also for myself, I want to be able to come out. I've got family. I want to make sure that I do those things necessary, that I can come out and I can go see my family tomorrow.
Every time that we make an entry, or in my position, every time I send a crew into a burning house, I'm putting their lives on the line. So the first thing I think about whenever I start sending them in is what's the situation of the building? Am I putting them at greater risk or can I back them out and let them do a defensive mode? We have a saying that we follow 100%, and that we will risk a lot to save a lot. We will risk very little to save very little. So if there aren't lives at threat, and we know that the building is vacant, then I'm not going to put a firefighter inside to risk a building that is fully engulfed. There's no reason for that, because I'm putting his life on the line. So we take that information and we digest that very, very quickly when we arrive on the scene, simply because I don't want to put those lives in harm, those firefighter lives. The last thing I think about whenever they walk out, did everybody come out? Are we all accounted for? And is everybody going home the same way we got there? It's very, very important, because the last thing I want to do is knock on the wife's door of one of my firefighters and tell them I lost one of them. That's not the one I want to see happen while it's my watch.
Got me? Stay right there. I'll fire this truck up and bring it out. I'll turn the lights on and everything else. You ready?
Oh, man. There you go. That again keeps coming out there. Oh, boy.
Dealing with industrial emergencies, we're primarily dealing with flammable liquid fires or gases. And what we'll do is use water to cool the structures, and then our preference is to isolate the fuel and allow the fire to burn out. In some cases, when flammable liquids pool or have a storage tank on fire, we have to use specialty chemicals to extinguish those fires. And the chemical of choice would be firefighting foam or innocuous film-forming foam to extinguish those fires. We keep approximately 40,000 gallons of foam on site for those type of emergencies. And then we have some specialty chemicals called dry chemicals, which are used in fire extinguishers that we'll use for certain materials. If they're on fire, we can use the fire extinguishers to extinguish those, or we can use carbon dioxide extinguishers to extinguish those.
Hey, name's Jay Gantenbein. I am the Assistant Emergency Response Coordinator for Shell Department of Refining and Chemical. Talked to you a little bit earlier. Mike Bowes did, who is our Emergency Response Coordinator, talked to you a little bit about what we do out here. This is one of our delivery devices we have out here. When we're talking about industrial fires, being able to deliver a lot of water at one time, this nozzle that you see behind me here has the capability of delivering 5,000 gallons a minute of water. Think of a 5-gallon bucket, how long it takes you to fill that thing up. Think of 5,000 gallons a minute of being able to fill those buckets up. Okay, to continue on what we were talking about with our large delivery device, we also have to have a supply that goes with it. And we have two of these portable pumps, what we call a portable pump here, that's able to deliver 3,000 gallons a minute from a draft. And when I talk about draft, it's when we can pull it from our ship channel. We'll suck the water out of the ship channel and able to supply 3,000 gallons a minute. On a pressurized system, we're able to boost up to 4,000 gallons a minute, which will supply this gun, what we call a gun, which is a nozzle. We have two of these. Again, we have two of these for us. Along with our 10-inch hose, you see right here, we do have some 10-inch hose here. We have right over 4,000 feet of 10-inch hose, so we're able to deliver a mile, at least a mile, almost a mile of hose, water supply from the channel to the other end of our refinery, should we lose our fire water system. Hey, earlier we did talk about the having extinguishing agents to help put out these hydrocarbon top fires, gasolines and oils and things like that. We were talking about that we're not able to put them out with water. So what we have is extinguishing agents such as foam. And right here is one of our tankers that we have. We have two of those that we're able to keep on site, mobile, 4,000 gallons each, which gives about 8,000 gallons of foam concentrate that we're able to use on those type of fires. So these are some of our storage facilities we have out here for our foam. I think Mike said that we had about 17,000 gallons of foam on site. Well, 8,000 of it is mobile in transport.
Nasty. It's nasty. That's the dirtiest part of it. Fighting the fire is the fun part. You got a pull ceiling, you get insulation all over you. You're soaking wet from sweat and from the water. And then that insulation sticks to you, you itch. Sometimes you don't get to take a shower till the next morning. It's pretty dirty.
Well, it's a lot of stuff happening at once. You've got people going in trying to salvage furniture and people's personal belongings, pictures and that kind of thing, and then you're trying to get all your equipment picked up and account for everything that you used. But as far as getting rid of the water and all that stuff, we don't really do that. Another company does that.
At the fire we have to tear out a little more of the walls and shoot rock and pull extra sealing to make sure that we did get to all of the fire. And once we make sure that it's all out, we have to load up all our hoses, and the hoses that are clean can go back on the truck. The hoses that are dirty have to be brought back, and we have to wash them here. You've got to unhook from the hydrant and reload all that hose. You've got fans and tools that have to go back on the truck. Our breathing air packs, they have to be refilled so that they're ready to go again. When we get back to the station, you got to fill with water. You got to add any hose back onto the truck that you hadn't previously put on at the fire scene. You've got to go back through your truck again to make sure that every piece of equipment is on your truck, all your batteries are charged, all your air is filled, your water tank's full, all your hoses are there, all your equipment's there. You've got to do these things so that you're ready to go again.
Man, my first fire, I don't have to dig deep for that one. I'm not really sure I remember my first fire. I don't know, man. I guess it was a little more scary, more intimidating, than it is now. You just get kind of used to the fire, these houses burning and stuff. I mean, they're all different. I really can't honestly tell you my first one. I really don't remember.
First fire was a dumpster fire. Yeah, wasn't too much to it, but the first big fire I had was a furniture store, and that was pretty hairy because you couldn't see anything, and you're bumping into stuff and trying to crawl over stuff and under stuff, and it was a eye-opening experience.
That's pretty well the amazing part about the job is how you can go from 0 to 60 in 3 minutes is how you can take somebody that when they're a kid or when they're 21 years old who it takes them an hour to get up out of bed in the morning to get ready to go to school or go to work, but this job, I mean, it's your job. I mean, you may be stone cold asleep 1 minute and 3 minutes later being a blowing and going house fire. And you got, I don't know, it's really, that's the really strange part is you learn to get your head on straight and up going so quick.
I know my clothes are right. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I remember one time I woke up, the fire alarms were going off, and I kind of woke up after I got to the bottom. I said, son of a bitch, man. I was at the bottom. That wasn't good.
I don't know. I don't find it so fun. It gets harder to do the older you get. I guess it's a little different in the middle of the night when your call goes out. If it's a fire, you got to make a dash to the truck because you always want to beat everybody else to the truck, and your heart gets racing initially, and you got to get up if you're don't have some of your uniform on. You got to pull your uniform on as quick as you can and get down the pole or get down the stairs, whichever way you choose or which way is quicker for you, so that you can get to the truck and get your gear on, get your air pack on, and be ready to go when the officer says to go out the door. I mean, your heart gets racing, you get excited, but you know, and the longer you're here, the less excited you get. Not necessarily that you don't move as fast or you don't try as hard, but I guess you get more used to the sound of it.
Well, health-wise, you know, it was jumping up to out of a dead sleep. Your heart's racing, your mind's trying to click in what's going on, and but there was that excitement there once you got on the road, got your engine on the road, until you got there and found out what was going on.
Well, like I was saying, I'm a pretty deep sleeper, so whether it be a med call or if we get a fire call, usually, like I said, it takes me a long time to wake up, but so I'll be down here halfway dressed in my bunker gear before I ever realize what we're going to, because like I said, I'm a deep sleeper. But the lights pop on, I get up and I run down here, start getting dressed before I ever realize, you know, where we're going or what the call is. You got to be careful. I've burned my arm several times sliding down it. One time I fell down it, so you learn to watch yourself when you go down it.
Well, right after 9/11, we was the public really seeing what we do and the danger in it, and we was kind of showered with gifts and accolades and this. I mean, but since 9/11, like in our city, you know, a lot of stuff was promised to us right after 9/11, and I mean, you know, we never got the raises that they promised. We never got the manpower. You know, I mean, they recognize that, yeah, these guys are working short on trucks, and you know, they don't have the people they need to really do the job safe, and that we're going to, you know, post 9/11, right after, they was promising us the world, but it's pretty well back to the way things was before 9/11. I mean,
I don't know. You know, of course, the morning of 9/11 was real touch and go. Everything was, you're a little more nervous, you know, worried about the guys there. You know, and after that happened, there were a lot of changes that were made. We started running a lot more hazardous materials calls for the powders, and people saw something that wasn't right and a suspicious package. So we had a lot of increased call volume from that. But you know, the public would started you know, showing more respect to you, you know, respecting what you do, and you know, giving you praise and thank yous and things. And you know, a lot of that's gone by the wayside now, but it was nice. You know, of course, we still remember all the guys that were lost in that.
Did it affect you anyway to know that when this building came down, there were 200 firemen in that building that all?
Absolutely. We, even on our mural upstairs, there's the number 343 for the 343 firemen that were lost in when the towers came down, and you know, we remember.
Did it make you uneasy knowing that you're doing this job and those people in New York died doing that job? Did it make it uneasy trying to sleep at night or getting on that truck and saying, you know, this could be it maybe?
No, it's just one of those things that personally it doesn't cross my mind a whole lot. You know, I know there's a job that I've got to do. I know I've been trained to do it, and just watching out for the safety aspects. But other than that, you just go and you do what you got to do.
Yeah, I remember the 9/11. I was on C shift here, and we were sitting around the table, and we're watching it happen, on the news. And, it was pretty shocking. I don't think anything really changed here, as far as the public was, I think, was more aware of us, and then we got cards, and a lot of people promised us, better equipment, all this kind of thing, and pay raises. But as things peter out, that all just kind of goes away.
Did it after when the buildings collapsed? Did you feel a feeling of darkness after all those 200 or so firemen died? Did it bother you, or feel like you'd lost brothers that you didn't know? Or
Yeah, I remember seeing them collapse, and it's just amazing that building could do that. For starters, at the time I didn't really realize how many firefighters were involved in it. And it is. I mean, you'll see them on TV talking about it, and it hurts. I can't imagine, some of my brothers here, losing them like that. I just can't imagine how that would be awful. I would never want to do that.
See, 9/11, I was in college, and I remember waking up and seeing it on the news, but I wanted to be a fireman before that, but that made me want to be even more, I think.
I was in high school when 9/11 hit, and if anything, when it hit, it just raised my awareness as to the job firemen do, and I'd already decided that's pretty much what I wanted to be, but it just once again reinforced the responsibility and the action these guys take and the risks they take. And since I've become a fireman, you can kind of tell we get good reactions from the public as far as the work we do, but I think 9/11 just reinforced that with the public.
It was a great shock to me, and I can imagine what the firefighters went through, knowing what type of job that they do and what an agonizing death that they had to go through.
Did it bother you that even though they were in New York and you felt like you'd lost a brother?
Yes. Firefighters are brotherhood together. It doesn't matter whether from one city to one state to one country or whatever, we're all brother. We all belong to a brotherhood.
9/11 had a big, huge impact on the entire fire service. Not only in industrial facilities, but in municipal departments as well. It's opened up a whole new realm of training that requires firefighters to be trained on. We've never in the past had to train on and worry about biological agents, anthrax, things like that. And since 9/11, we have to worry about those things. We also have to be more educated in our responses. Many times terrorists will activate an explosive device, and they'll set a secondary device there for the sole purpose of getting or attacking the emergency responders when they arrive. So we constantly have to be thinking about those things when we respond to events that potentially could be terroristic type activities.
9/11 challenged the fire service 100%, but it not only challenged the fire service, it challenged all of our protection services once 9/11 occurred. And that really opened our eyes to show us as a nation how unprepared we truly are to respond, or how unprepared we were to respond to emergency crisis such as that. It has made us go and implement stronger plans, purchase specialized equipment, provide additional training for our personnel, and become more of a unified emergency response service nationwide, not just local. One of the things that we were required to do as a department under Homeland Security is follow a specific incident command structure. The ironic thing is the fire service has been following this incident command structure for many years, and it wasn't hard for us to adapt to that. The other agencies such as police and you know, Coast Guard or what have you. They may have had a smaller challenge to adapt to that, but everybody's worked real well in accepting that and come on board with that National Incident Command structure.
But you heard that noise and that's all those airbags you heard on a documentary of all those firefighters being down.
At Christmas time, Santa and the fire department ride through the neighborhood, greeting the children and their families.
We are going to help needy families in the Deer Park community. It will be Deer Park School Districts and Deer Park Community turn in applications for us, and we screen them, call them, see what kind of stuff they need, what their families in need of, whether it be food or toys, just food or just toys, and we get them all together. Currently we have 88 families, probably a little bit more by the time it's said and done, and then we get together and get up about 5:30 in the morning, go buy about another $3,000 worth of food, which is your cold beverages, milk, meat, bacon, cheese, bread, just all the cold stuff, and we come back at 8 o'clock in the morning. We start basically make a miniature grocery store, toy store, all in together, and we shop, and then we take them up to needy families in Deer Park.
The fire department sets out barrels at local businesses to collect toys and other items for needy families in the area.
you want to line up?
They will also go to the local grocery store and purchase thousands of dollars worth of food to distribute to families.
You know what? It's funny though. You gotta hang on to it. It'll come off.
The manager was supposed to tell the night shift manager when we were coming and what we needed, and that didn't get done. So it was like a surprise to Walmart again that we were there. And tried to get a break on the price of turkeys. The turkeys were averaging from $17 to $22, and we didn't get a break on the turkeys, so this year we're gonna have to settle for chickens. And I think next year we should maybe try Food Town, working with them. They're actually right there with us. They do a lot for us. So we'll just have to see what happens. One motion.
What's wrong? It doesn't have any boots on. Alright, now you can't do nothing without some boots.
When they return to the station, all the food is unloaded off the truck and taken into the station, sorted out, packed up, and sent to those needy families so that they may have a Christmas dinner and presents under the tree for the kids.
Let's all bow our heads, please. Father, we thank you that you have allowed us to come together again this day to celebrate the birth of your Son, and that through that celebration we can give back to our community. We thank you for PD, we thank you for the burnouts, we thank you for all of our families that have come out today and have spent the past months in preparation for this day. We ask you to give us safety and comfort as we go about our tasks today. We ask you to bless the efforts that we are putting forth. Lord, we thank you for the food we've already eaten this morning. We pray your blessing on that. And we just ask that you give us good weather to get the distribution done today. We just ask it all in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Everybody has a nickname or several. Or
Do you have one?
oh, I've had several. I don't want to say in front of these guys because, well, you know, the nicknames is like when I was a rookie. They try to find anything that's wrong with you and use that against you. You know, pot belly, flat ass, double chin, no firefighting. I had one guy. My last name's Moody, so on the back of my helmet, Moody was wrote on there, and he would just take the M and the O and move it to behind it, so it would be Odie Mo. And the first time he done it, it made me mad, and he seen it, it made me mad. So this guy's left now; he's gone. Thank goodness. But it was for years and years, man. Every time I would go out to my helmet, he would have that swapped around, Odie Mo, and that's what he called me. And I had a couple other nicknames that I'm not gonna say. I mean, that was that's probably not for television.
No, I don't have any nicknames that I'm told of yet. I'm sure we all have little nicknames, but we pretty well you call everybody by their last name mostly, unless you're a rookie, and then you're probably going to get called by a nickname.
Our former chief's name is Pee Wee. Part of his, whenever he was a rookie, he stands about 5'2". He'll tell you he's about 5'4". but he's never lied or never told the truth about his height. He's always lied about his height. So he's about 5'2", and whenever he was a rookie, he quickly adopted the name Pee Wee, and at that time we rode on tailboards, and we have a photo around here somewhere of his spot on that tailboard and what the senior firefighters had done by giving him the nickname Pee Wee. They also put a child seat on the hose bed, and that's where he was expected to ride whenever we went en route to the fires. So nicknames are very, very common. We have nicknames such as Pee Wee and PETA. Just various names. Every one of them have a different meaning for something that they've done, and nicknames are very common within the fire service.
Yeah, they develop nicknames as you go. Some of them I can repeat, some of them I can't.
Well, what were a few that you can repeat?
Well, it's just different ones. I mean, it's just, each personalities depends on. They always call me the big head or something like that, or whatever. But each person had its own character traits that was given a nickname.
Gosh dang, man, I'm not sure. I know we've done some stuff in the academy where they had a thermometer probe in there, and I think it was around 1600 degrees in there. But we stay pretty low and under. It's not too awful bad. That gear we have, it's pretty good as well.
What do you think about all these movies they have out, like Backdraft and Ladder 49? Accurate, or is it a joke?
Well, I wouldn't call it a joke. Accurate, no. Because I've never ever been in a house fire where I could see anything except for, black and a glow of the fire and such. But yeah, I don't know. That Ladder 49 was kind of sad.
Yeah.
That's pretty disturbing. Backdraft was just kind of a fun movie, I think. Real serious.
Did Backdraft portray firemen very well at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
A little more up than it usually is.
Yeah.
Throwing each other around the hospital and stuff.
Yeah.
What? Fire department, respond to 225 at Tenneco Road for a grass fire. It's going to be near the railroad tracks. Deer Park Fire Department.
I guess I need a rescue truck for
225 for a grass fire near the railroad tracks.
I brought the grass rig. First out. Yeah, me and Bob drive. You can go do it. Hang on.
You going to that?
You want to go to the grass truck all right?
Now, yeah, just tell them you move down.
Yeah, I need that help.
You're an ambulance, right?
You going?
I'm not on it.
Marley, you want me to go with him on the grass truck?
Rex said go with him. We'll take you on the stall. We're good with the front truck. Where at? Right there. Go around that door.
What kind of fire are we headed to?
Grass fires. More than likely, it's going to be on the railroad right away where one of the trains has come through and thrown out some soot and caught the grass on fire. So we'll head over there and check it out, see what we got. We got
Grass 16-404 being route for
grass unit also en route. Contact UP, SP Rural Service, and advise them that we'll be on the train right away finding grass fire.
There's one here, but our crew reported. I'm fixing to go look.
Are you with
I'm with the railroad, yes.
You can disregard, I have a representative on scene.
And I have the dispatcher on the phone. But there's about a mile further this way. There's another one. I haven't found it, but I'm gonna go down there and see if I can locate it.
Okay.
But there's that one. That's about, I'm gonna say, a dozen railroad ties there that's actually burning.
Okay. Command is 16.
All right.
Oh, is you on the box? Yeah, she goes, you want to go? You want to go? Okay, I'll cover you. See ya. We can do that now. Go ahead. Hey, Clyde, don't be generous with it.
It'll go a long way.
Right.
Hit it.
All right, we want to get rid of all that shit in that tank.
I was just members hitting underneath.
Okay.
Part of our Senior Citizens Alliance.
Get to the third one, and it was like we were in a circle holding each other's legs. Passerbys from the middle of us. I'm grabbing all their packs and it's on you somewhere. It's on you somewhere. The passerbys right in the middle of us. We're just going around, going around, going around. Here you go.
I put my hand down to get crawling, I put my hand right on it. I'm like, oh.
Come in, dispatch.
Operating units returning to service and fire extinguisher.
Clear 2006.
Let's go home.
After every fire, when the crew returns to the station, all personnel must participate in cleaning the trucks and equipment. Even the chief helps in this process. Everything must be cleaned, inspected, and ready to go for the next fire.
This is what you do after a grass fire, yeah? Do a lot of work, man. You wanna be a fireman? You gotta do this.
little stranger, and I'll feel you a beat. Give me danger, little stranger, and I'll feel your disease. There's nothing in my dreams, just some ugly memories. Kiss me like the ocean breeze. Hey! Now if you will be my lover, I will shiver and stand. But if you can be my master, I will do anything. There's nothing left alive but a pair of glassy eyes. Raise my feet